Good morning to all of you. Welcome to Legal Matters by Sai Babu Sunkara. Today we are going to discuss a case law on the judgment given by Kerala High Court, particularly regarding the rude, unparliamentary, callous behavior on the part of the police department. So, the Honorable Single Justice Dev Ramchandran, while disposing the case of Anil JS versus State of Kerala, of course represented by 5 others, State of Kerala and 5 others including the DGP, SP, Sub-Inspector, all these people, held that derogatory speech and disrespectful speech towards the general public should be avoided by the police. This is the DGP is directed to give instructions to his subordinate officers in this aspect. So normally it is everybody's experience, whoever goes to the police station, normally you feel uncomfortable to go to the police station. Even though you go to the police station, the body language of the police will be different. They will be talking to you in a different way, as though they are not bothered about the issue. Of course, there are very good police officers also. But general feeling is that police use abusive language. Police call every person as are, ore, ture, like that. In Kerala, they call it Eda, Edi, like that, Enne, like that. So these words should not be used. Now, if you go into the details of the case, actually this was taken on file on 3rd September of this year. And you can read it the case as the case of Anil JS versus State of Kerala in WP number 11880 by 2021, which was decided on 3/9/2006 itself, on the date of registration itself, because already the other side, that is the police, they have filed the action taken report in the shape of an affidavit. So, as far as the facts are concerned, Mr. Anil JS, he is running a supermarket by name Priya Supermarket in a village called Cherpu PS in Thrissur district. In the month of April, the Sub-Inspector of Police of Cherpu PS, who was on COVID-19 enforcement duty, he found some people gathering in front of the Priya Supermarket, and as such he chided them. Okay, for that is over. So the sub-inspector found almost the same similar gathering or violation of COVID-19 in front of the supermarket. Therefore, he called him to the police station and used abusive language against him. The allegation by the petitioner is that he not only abused the petitioner, but he used vulgar language against his daughter also, which is not expected from the police department. This is the crux of the issue. Right? Immediately, after taking it on file, the notices were issued to the DGP, SP and others, and the government pleader or public prosecutor on behalf of the police, he filed the action taken report, posing or exhibiting as though the petitioner is a criminal. He was involved in a case of receiving of stolen property. He was involved in a case of breach of trust, and a case one day in April 2001, he was found violating the COVID-19 norms, as per which he was fined ₹500. Of course, after seeing the report, the Honorable Judge came to the conclusion that the report wants to expose him as a criminal, but the court is not bothered about his activities, and the only thing is whether rude language, whether abusive language, whether vulgar language was used on the petitioner and his daughter or not. That's all. For that, the public prosecutor, government pleader said so many things against him. They filed the action taken report also. But the court is not satisfied, and it wanted an additional report also, say, regarding the use of the so-called language by the police, particularly the sub-inspector. So here the court says that the police should have self-tolerance, self-control, and they should have tolerance. No doubt, you cannot have 100% tolerance, but there is a limitation for anything, but you must have the self-control. So the person in need, the person with some grief, he will come to the police. He wants to explain everything, but there will not be time for you. But you have to tolerate. You have to take the important points only. You have to inquire him and take the necessary points. You have to be tolerant, because you may be knowing, according to section 21 of the IPC, the police is a public servant. Police officer is a public servant. So he is there to serve the public, not to ride upon them. So the court says you have to treat the citizens with respect and courtesy, but not using these words. So the plaintiff complained that the SI has been harassing him and subjected his daughter to verbal abuse also. Right? So please remember, these are the directions. Of course, the DGP is directed to inform his subordinates, or by through circular or something, to treat the police. No doubt, the police manual, or for that matter the higher officers, definitely they will be saying that treat the so-called persons who come to the police station, or so-called affected persons, with courtesy, with humility, or it means empathy. Most possible word is normally we used to tell them empathy. That's why during our time, during the year 1981, when Sri Kona Ramchandra D was our IGP, then only IGP. Present days we are calling him as DGP. So that IG, he made us write in the police stations as remember good missionary hospital. So we were youngsters, we didn't know the meaning of actually missionary hospital also. Then our SP told us, so missionary hospital, they do service without any more selfless attitude, with selfless attitude. So once they come to the hospital, normally by seeing the environment, by seeing the nature, definitely they will get half of their problems are solved. Like that, in a police station, if the police officer, not whoever is present, then if he can speak to them patiently, if he can hear them patiently, half of the problem is solved. Because the person will think, yeah, there is a person who has the patience to hear my grievance. So definitely, I am sure it will be solved. Just like if you go to the doctor, if he hears all these things, and if he gives a medicine, definitely it will work out. If he doesn't hear what you say and simply write some medicine, go, normally that will. So that is nothing but the belief system. So systems are developed like that. So please remember, if any police officer sees, please remember that the police should show courtesy, tolerance, self-control, ultimately respect toward the citizens. Right? With this I will stop. Thank you very much.